Welcome, race fans, to Speed Zone TV's broadcast tonight. We're capturing Lightning Esports race number 5 at Texas Motor Speedway. We're duking it out here for 80 laps tonight. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, bringing you all the action for the VBR 80 at Texas. We're going to have a great show. Feel like we might see a different winner tonight. We've had 4 winners over the last 4 races, 4 different winners over the last 4 races. Somebody's going to be looking to get it done at Texas because everything is bigger and better in Texas. So 80 laps tonight, 78 degrees cloudy, 78 degrees temperature, partly cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour winds with 45 humidity. This is an intermediate speedway at 1.5 miles. So, 2 very different turns at Texas here. 1 and 2, very different from 3 and 4. You can see some of the banking is, the transitions are different and whatnot. But these guys just finished qualifying. So let's take a look at our grid tonight. We got Oaks on the pole in that 20 machine, Luttrell 00 in the outside pole, Burke in the 95 in third, Kahn in fourth, 21 car, Wright in the 25 machine in 5th, Shearer in 6th in the 93 machine, McKee in the 15 machine in 7th, Rideout 76 machine in 8th, Henry in 9th in the 10 machine, Darnell 99 machine in 10th, Pottle 5 machine in 11th, Warnez the 90 machine in 12th, Louder the 11 machine in 13th, Schussler 61 machine in 14th. And the 15th spot, going to be rounding out the field, is Big Daddy Ridgeway in that 3 machine. So exciting to get this underway here, show you guys, what's going on as far as action in the race tonight. But, Speed Zone TV's back, bringing you the action. So make sure you got your eyes peeled because we're only 3 races away from playoffs. And this is one of them being at Texas here, with Talladega going up next week and then Kansas closing out that, kind of that entry bracket for the playoffs. So I'm figuring here that, drivers are going to want to be strategic. We're looking probably at around like a 30 lap window for fuel. Tires are going to be a factor here, but, we're here bringing you the action, taking the greens at 7:45. So make sure you're tuning in the next 2 weeks as we start to solidify those playoff brackets. Shout out to our sponsors rolling in the bottom left-hand side of this, right-hand side of the screen. Lightning Ride, Spec PC, Apex Boss, E2R, or Virtual to Reality TV, VBR or VB Racing, and SimLab. Tons of great products that you could get your hands on that definitely improve the quality of your sim racing. Getting ready to take the green here. The lights are off on the Pascal. That 20 machine, last week's winner. The week before that, the 00 of Luttrell. Holding their belts tight. They're getting ready to go up with the flagman. Green is out. Race is going. Great start by Oaks. This is going to be driving down into one with Luttrell and Kahn in behind. Doing a good job of hooking the bottom there as Burke and Shearer one of our earlier race winners, had a few week hiatus, but he's back under action here. Looks like Oaks is starting off with a dominating kind of pull-away strategy here. The field as they all kind of single out down the backstretch. That's McKee on the bottom. Drifting up through the center on right, but able to complete the pass cleanly. Lap number 2 is going to be in the books. Oaks still our leader, 3 laps in. Opening up a little bit of a gap now, almost a second over the P2 car of Luttrell, followed by Kahn, Burke, Shearer, McKee, Wright, the 10 machine of Henry, the 76 of Rideout, and Warnez rounding out the top 10. Looking at lap times here, it looks like Oaks and Kahn, Shearer, McKee, all in the 30.7s. Kahn looking to make a move on Luttrell. Going down into turn 1 here on the outside. Battle down the backstretch here. Going into turn 3, Luttrell's going to fall in behind as Kahn is able to complete the pass. Now Burke is making a look under Shearer as they pull into the draft of Luttrell. Shearer running the high side of 1 and 2 with McKee in behind. Gonna have to watch lap times here. See how they fall off. You don't want to be driving that right front too hard because Texas is not very friendly once that right front gets worn. Taking a look at the 10 machine of Traveler's Whiskey, the Jason Henrys. Henry's currently sitting 2nd in points right now with no wins. Looking for another good finish tonight to round out his run for the playoffs. Gonna get a run on the outside of McKee here as he goes into turn 3. Completing a pass as he goes into turn 1. Take a look back at our leader. Oaks in his Simucube. Gaining slowly is the 21 machine of Kahn. See if you can get a glimpse of him here in the wake. Can hear Oaks just shutting down the car gently, roll in the center of the corner. You can slowly see Kahn just closing in, only 6/10 back. About to complete lap 10. 70 laps to go. Looks like Shearer is now in the 3rd spot. See just in the back of the screen there, Shearer's rolling in ever so slightly. Times on the track are still Oaks and Kahn trading in the 30.7s. Shearer, Luttrell, and Burke 30.9s. That's going to round out our top 5. We'll have to see how tire wear handles here as these laps progress, because it's going to be likely a 2-stop race if these guys stay green. On board the 21 machine, Robert Kahn. Heard he had some trouble in the tech shed. Didn't know if they were going to DQ him or not, but he was able to grid in his starting position. Ooh, caution is out while we're talking smack here. Go ahead and take a look at our Speed Zone TV instant replay here. See what we got for you guys. Looks like the 5 car struggling to get out of the pits. Not sure if there was more than that. Yeah, that's looking like what brought out the caution. Just stopping on the pit exit there. Get back to live action here. See if anyone's going to be courageous and start the pit cycle. Technically, this could be like the short stop here. You could top up fuel. I can honestly see everyone coming in right now. And everyone's going to be heading into pit lane here. Gonna see now if there's going to be a separation of drivers who elect to take tires. These guys only got 2 sets. So, unfortunately, that doesn't leave a lot of super room. So if you take tires too early, could be putting yourself on that back burner for a win if another caution should come out. Fuel only for the 21 machine and the 20 and Shearer as well. Looks like some of the other drivers are electing to bolt on rubber. That's right. McKee. Darnell. And Louder. Khan's going to beat him out of the box. He might have just took a little less fuel or got in just a little bit better. Not quite sure. This time around, the lights are going to go off on the pace car. Unfortunate caution that stops the racing. So we're going to see now the 2 different strategies play out. Some of the drivers are going to be using up those fresh tires and trying to get out as far as possible in front of the field. Bringing you action tonight, Speed Zone TV, race number 5 for Lightning Esports at Texas Motor Speedway. Shout out to VBR for sponsoring tonight's race, 80 laps in the hot afternoon sun of Texas. Get your wieners, get your fries up at the concession stand. We're going back green here. There's not much time. Seating capacity here is about 75,000 people. Insane. 21 machine electing to start on the outside here. Gonna have to watch to see how he fires off. You see these cars as they go through the corners are getting blinded by the light that's coming down on the racetrack. Green is out. Good start from Shearer. He's going to get on the bumper of Oaks. Oaks is going to be able to clear. 21 on entry. We'll see how that outside line rolls. Battle down the backstretch. Shearer's going to be underneath that 21 machine. That's Burke in behind. Warnez and Henry in their draft. That's the top 6 right there. Have to see what fight that 21 machine's got in him. The leaders are coming up on that lap traffic. Definitely off the pace. It'll be the 5 machine of the Throttle Pottle. Give you a perspective of how quick those leaders are closing up. Entering down into the backstretch, into turn 3. Big run by Oaks on the exit, going down to the bottom side. 5 machine will give way as the other 2 drivers follow in behind, with Burke coming in next. 95 machine RBS. No blink from the 5 machine. Kahn battling Oaks again. Shearer gets loose through the grass. Able to save it. He's locking it up. Right front damage into the wall there. Unfortunate there. Able to gather it up and not bring out the caution. We got that live with our Speed Zone cameraman, Bobbity Jones. Not sure if there's damage. We'll check the right side of the car here. Not seeing any damage on the right front or the right rear. Might be very lucky there for that 93 machine. Kahn is still able to kind of nose over Oaks down the backstretch. He's going to get a good run going down into turn 3. These guys are going to fight it out. This is going to probably put our pit window in and around lap 45-ish. Oaks gets loose on the bottom through the grass. Same thing we just saw Shearer do. Burke's going to go underneath Oaks. Or not. These guys are going to duke it out down the backstretch. We're just going to have to be mindful of the extra heat. He's just putting those tires. Let's see what happens here. Able to keep it in check, and now the 21 machine sets a staggering pace over the field. It looks like McKee and Luttrell are the only ones that similarly match Kahn's time. 25 of Wright making a look on the 95 of Burke going into 3 for the 3rd spot, but he backs out of it. We're going to complete another lap here. We'll take a look at our times again. It's like that 21 machine is going to set sail. I don't know if he's caught wind or is given wind. Stinking out the field behind him. But he gone. Go ahead and take a look at some of the cars in the field today. We'll start with our man in the lead just right now, that 21 machine of Robert Kahn. Able to show everyone how to get it done in his Motorcraft Ford. Machine of Oaks. We've seen him a bunch tonight. P3 right now is Burke in the 95 RBS Ford. McKee's looking on him now with the chew it and do it. Tight racing there. These guys are door to door. McKee's going to make the pass. And behind there is Corey Wright with the liquor and sticker. My bad, liquor and wine. Looks like Burke is maybe charged a little too hard with that right front. He's fallen off the pace a little bit. 90 machine of Warnez in the Kool-Aid car. Oh yeah. 10 machine Traveler Whiskey, blend number 40. Gets a little loose on the exit of 4. That's Jason Henry. Chris Luttrell is next on the cam. His butt kicker 00, also known as Champ, last season's champion. In behind here, making a run now is a 76 machine Amsol of Mike Rideout. He's not been able to recover just yet, that 93 machine. Getting loose again on the exit of 4. Bud Shearer. '99 machine of Darnell in the Wagner's Welding board. Machine of Dirty Daddy Ridgeway. Currently in 12th, 8 seconds back. 61 of Chrissy Two Shoe Schuster in a Kool-Aid mobile as well. And rounding out the field here is Louder in the 11 Kool-Aid cars. A whole bunch of Kool-Aid cars, not a bunch of talent. These guys are going to have to figure it out. And just off pace, pacing around right now. Getting loose there on the exit. Looks like Oaks has entered the pits. He's bolting on rubbers. Looking to short cycle here. He's taken 4. Our leader is still the 21 machine of Robert Kahn in his quick lane Motorcraft Ford. Laps are ticking. Oh, got a big loose, big slide from that 21 machine. Still the fastest car on the track as he enters the 4-wheel drift. Take a look at how this 21 machine's rolling the corners. Staying in 5th gear. Saw on the wheel. Shutting it down early, hooking the bottom into 1. Little drift there with the counter steer. Like the right front is not the issue, it's rather the right rear is loading up on these cars tonight. Lightning Esports runs fixed setup, so every driver's got equal competition, equal ability to get it done, but you can see the amount of effort that 21 machine is putting in. On board with the 15 of McKee. Middle groove in 3 and 4. 5 machines entering the pits there. A little bit of difference between the two cars as McKee is downshifting into 4th. Con is not. Over the last couple laps, Con has gapped McKee by 2/10. Not significant, but you know, if you look at that in the grand scheme of things, add that up over many laps, you know, that's seconds on a race. Now looking at the 25 machine of Jorge Rai. Can't be wrong when you're oh so right. Downshifting as well in the corners. Gear 4. Gear 5 a little bit late. A little counters here on the exit. Ornez passes Burke. Oops. Click the buttons. Back to live action here. Looks like Burke is ducked into the pits. Let's take a look at what he's doing. Might be a little late, let's see. That's the left side's going up. Of course he's taking 4 tires. Henry is now on the move. Passing Ornez. Let's see if Ornez comes into the pits here. Nope, no pits. 93 looks loose in front there. With Darnell in behind, charging on the bottom side. Looks like Oaks has suffered a penalty. It's gone multiple laps down. That might put him out of contention for the win here unless there's some cautions. Ornez working the bumper of Shearer. Rideout is on the move, actually, up to P4, making ground on some other drivers. Let's take a look at him. Didn't even see him squeak up there. Gets a little loose on the exit. Darnell behind him is going to get a big run. Get it done here. Stops the charge. 3 seconds over P2. McKee. Con's just opening up that gap more and more. Over halfway now. 36, 37 laps to go. These drivers are getting it. Somebody's going to smell victory tonight. Not sure who. This is the battle on the track here for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Darnell, we haven't really seen him much, but he's been kind of slow and steady. And that might be the strategy here, just to manage your tires. Looking to make a move on ride out for P4. He's trying, but being very patient at the same time. Darnell getting close to that wall. Ridgway's entering the pits. Gets in smoothly. Taking a look at the 25 machine of Corey Wright. Good run for him tonight. Running P3 right now. Currently sitting a little bit further back in points. He's going to need a good run to jump and get himself a shot at the playoffs. Darnell was successful at making around the 76 machine. 76 is on his way into the pits. He's going to get it done. Yeah, he is. He's going to shut it down before that cone. That's Luttrell in behind him, following him into the pit lane. Con is staying out a really long time. This could be an advantage for Burke, who's been running consistent laps. On average, Burke is about a second to a second and a half faster since the pit stop. That's going to be hard to make up. Con's coming into the pits now, actually, just a lap after. So it's going to be hard to tell. Looks like Shearer and Henry as well. So that's going to be the field. Actually, Wright, Darnell, and Warrens are still out on the track. I have to see how everyone gets away here. 21 is just taking the fuels. No. You check in a little. Here comes the rest of the cars. Everyone's gonna have completed their pit cycle now. We have to see how Burke fares out. See if that short pitting has made the difference, where it puts him in front of everyone. Con is only 2 seconds back of Burke. The battle is actually a little bit further back. There's a bunch of cars in close. We'll take a look at Shearer and Darnell. Henry. That's a 90 machine looking around to get around Darnell. "52 laps in. Lightning Esports race number 5. Shout out to our sponsors that make it possible for you guys to view this race at home. BBR is our race sponsor tonight. Avon Bollinger Racing. 80 laps at Texas under the sun, the hot, hot sun. You probably cook an egg on the track right now. Con's making a pass for the lead under the 95 of Burke. It's going to be pretty easy considering the amount of wear on Burke's tires right now. Apex Boss, check their website out. They're driving overlay software. So if you're looking to get an edge on some of your competitors, they have various packages, various setups that might just give you that edge, to give you that 10th of time, that little bit of extra information. SimLab, if you're into the market for a sim rig or wheels and pedals, you're going to want to hit those guys up. But also, Feg PC, Ford Entertainment Group, they build PCs customized to your specifications. Whether you want to go medium or high end, they do it all. Virtual 2 Reality TV is another one. New this year, host a series of big show money races customized towards mid-tier iRacing drivers. So, you know, don't get sweaty with the pros. Race with people that are at your level. You're going to want to hit up their Facebook group. Check them out. Lightning Wraps is another one. If you're in the market for new paint, something flashy, maybe to blind your competitors, good spec map on those things, might want to check out Lightning Wraps. Good customer service and good turnaround times. Contact here. Not sure what happened, but oh! 3 Machine trying to get it woed up. That's going to cause contact with Darnell. Not really sure what happened there between teammates of Warnez and Ridgeway. But we're going to be bringing up our Speed Zone TV instant replay here with only 24 laps to go. This is actually going to tighten up the field. These drivers are going to want to come in, so let's just see. Let's back it up a little bit more. Go to our cam here. Look at our chopper cam. Just before we get it underway. We're on board with Thomas Ridgeway right now. We're just gonna go full speed. Gets loose out of 4. Does a good job of collecting it. Gets loose going into 1. 90 Machine's got nowhere to go. And then watch this. Boom. Hard contact on that 99 Machine as the 3 cars trying to get it woed up. Unfortunate break, you know, but it's hard once we've seen it now. Quite a few drivers have started to lose that right rear. And once they lose it, it's hard to get back. That'll be our Speed Zone TV instant replay. Tough break for Thomas Ridgeway, and Warnez taking the damage. Getting a wave around the pace car is the 3 Machine. So he's going to be at the back. Have to see who's taking pit stops this time. It looks like we missed that. I think a couple cars came in, but we're gonna have to wait for our information to update there. Lights are off on the pace car. 22 laps to go, race fans. Speed Zone TV bringing you the heat tonight. For Lightning Esports race number 5. At Texas Motor Speedway. Another quick caution here could really kind of change things up. Green's out. He doesn't get the start he was hoping for. He's going to get passed by 25 on the right-hand side, along with the battle with Shear and Rideout. Looks like Wright gets a little looser. 3 wide on the backstretch. That's a battle right there. Shear looking low. 3 wide into turn 3. Using up all the track tonight. Lightning Esports showing you the talent that they have. And Shear's going to be victorious with Kahn in behind with 20 laps to go. Those are the fresh rubber bandits. Wasn't expecting the 3 wide in that nature. Henry trying to get a look on Rideout. As it go down into 1, Henry touches his grass. We'll see if he's able to woe it up here to get hook the bottom. Warren's making a move under McKee. Tight battle for the top 4 cars. Henry's still looking on Rideout with Burke in behind. Henry's going to have a run down the backstretch. The outside line's going to have a little bit more momentum. Burke's going to want to follow through here if he can. Henry should be able to clear on the exit of 4. Not sure what happened there, but Cornez fell back, and that's Shearer and Kahn battling for the lead. Shearer's going to give up the lead to Kahn. Maybe sit in the draft and see if he can pocket some tire to get it done. Warrens is caught back up to McKee with Henry in the draft as well. 16 laps to go. If there's any time to go, it's time to go meow. They're going to go 3 wide on McKee. Henry backs out of it. Warren's going to make the high side work. Henry's going to go low. Push McKee high. Checks out of it. See if Burke's able to follow through here. Kahn's opening up a little bit of lead. 3/4 tenths. Bouncing around. Not sure if Burke's going to be able to get a good charge here. He's going to charge in late. Backs out of it as McKee's running the middle of 2 lanes. Gonna finally complete the pass. McKee's gonna get a run back at him here. But the outside should be dominant on the exit for Burke. Tight battle. These two are fighting hard. With Oaks in behind. He's going to finally give it up. Oaks is 2 laps down still, so he's going to need some carnage. Get it done, but Henry's on the move, making a pass on Bornez in that 90 machine. Traveler Whiskey, blend number 40, getting it done. Those two gave up a little bit of time, but the lap previous, Henry was cooking. Now he's going to be making a move on the inside of 93 of Shearer in his RBS. Forward, tight battle on the exit, slight contact. Henry gets a little loose. Shearer into the wall. Warren's in behind, able to be patient with Burke as well. This is your battle right here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Now we got Oaks coming up to give some help. Laps to go. Khan has opened up a 2.7 second lead. Henry has captured P2. Funny how things can change here. Oh, Burke loose. Able to whoa it up, but he was sideways. Didn't hook it in front of the other two drivers. Bornez and Shearer are going to start battling it out now. But it looks like Shearer's gained some momentum back. He fell off the pace a little bit. Warren's under Shearer. Slight contact there. They're door banging. Shearer got a little loose on the exit. Bornez's able to make the move. Little contact from Oaks and Shearer. Looks like McKee is under fire from Burke. He got loose there, heat up those tires. Champ Luttrell in behind, and Rideout in behind him. This is the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Orange is only 3/10 back from Henry. We're going to have to go ahead and jump here. Luttrell makes a big dive, not able to do much with it, and Burke gets a good run. These guys are trying. Laps to go. Burke gets around McKee. Not sure if McKee's gonna roll over for that one or keep fighting. The champ Luttrell drives in a little deep. Let's take a look at Bornez and Henry. They're separated a little bit by a couple tenths. Robert Kahn, 21 machine, has checked right out. 5-second lead on the field. Burns is able to close the gap. Shearer also closing the gap as well. Henry gets a little loose. It's going to be a tight battle down the backstretch. They're pretty even right now. Bornez on the outside. Henry not able to get the momentum. Watch this battle going down into turn 1. Not sure if the outside groove is favored. there, gets that charge. Kool-Aid battling the whiskey. I don't know what would be more favored in your cup right now. Sometimes I'm impartial. Mornez gets a little loose. 3 laps to go. This is the battle for P2, P3. Big charge from Warnes. Henry's being smooth on the bottom. Little counter steer by that 10 machine. Warnes looking low. Woo! Sure gets a little loose. Able to save it up. Oaks checks up as well. Burke charging in behind. Henry's able to open up a little bit of a gap on Warnes. 2 laps to go. Our leader here, the 21 machine of Robert the Rattlesnake Conberger. Probably going to have to tear the motor out of that thing. 7-second lead. Race is official. There's a battle for 2nd and 3rd. Leaders entering turn 3 and 4. See just the distance as the rest of the field is at the backstretch. Checkered flag is out. That's our winner, Robert Kahn. Here's the battle for P2, P3. That's Henry and Warnes. Burke, Shearer, and McKee. Latrell P6 tonight, or sorry, P7. Rideout P8. Let's take a look at our official results. So just recapping off the races, we got 80 laps in for the VBR 80 at Texas Motor Speedway. Race number 5. Khan's going to pick up another win. That's 2 wins out of 5 races on the season. Henry P2 in that 10 machine. Warnes in P3 in the 90 machine. Burke 95 machine in P4. Shearer in the 93 machine P5. McKee in the 15 machine P6. Latrell P7. Rideout P8. Wright in P9. Darnell 99 machine in 10th, got some hard contact there, able to bounce back a little bit. Ridgeway 3 machine in 11th. Schuessler 12 machine, or sorry, the 61 machine in 12th. Oaks, unfortunate there. He had a good run, suffered some pitch strategy troubles. Gonna take home the 13th position in that 20 truck. Stephen Lauder 11 truck, or sorry, 11 car in the 14th, and Pottle looks like I had some mechanical issues limiting that race. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to pop over to some driver interviews. All right, everyone, we're back from our break. Looks like drivers are still rolling through tech, so we currently don't have any drivers to enter right this second. Give them a few seconds, and if we're unable to grab anyone, be peacing out. Just recapping this last restart here as these drivers duke it out 3 wide. Some spectacular racing right here with a mix of tire strategies. If another caution had come out, it looks like some of the other drivers might have been in the hot seat for a crazy finish. That's Shearer going the bottom, making it stick. Three by 3 by 2. And these guys are able to pull it off with that talent that they have. Heck yeah, let's roll through and we'll grab our P2 finisher, Mr. Jason Henry. Jason, Robert up in the booth. You got a copy, sir? That's a no bueno. Come back down. We're going to run in a different order tonight. Mr. Khan.
Hey, man.
How's it going, buddy? Haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. How you been, man?
I've been all right. Congrats on your second win of the season. Maybe you want to talk to our viewers tonight about the trouble you had in the tech shed. It was rumored that you were going to get a DQ, but you gritted up. What was going on in the pits for you?
That trick rear. That trick rear really helped me out there.
No, that's awesome. Nice racing tonight. You definitely had strategy, fast car, and you were able to get it done. What was going through your mind? You open up over a 7-second lead in those closing laps. Were you nervous at all? Did you think the right rear was going to fall off of it?
No, I mean it was a little bit, but when we did that first run, I think we did over 45 laps on that right rear, and it was a mess towards the end of it. But I knew if we could keep it one fuel run or less than a fuel run, you could dog that car out pretty hard, and it would last. But with two to go, I had a moment. So then I gracefully just went into conservation mode, just
Yeah.
wrapped the race up.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Only got 2 more races after this. You're pretty much locked in to the playoffs with no surprise. I think we're at what, Talladega next week?
Yeah. It is Talladega, so I'm glad I got a win here because Talladega is Talladega is always it's a lottery, so I'm glad to get that little lock in there.
I mean, last season, I feel like, you had a shot at the championship, and we had the champ Luttrell come out of nowhere with his crazy strategy. Are you going to be looking to do anything different as we move towards the playoffs and the coming races?
No, because I mean, even though that played out like it did, I had one heck of a season last season. So if I can duplicate that and study the trails pit strategy going into the last race, I think we'll be in good shape. Tonight I raced here on Thursday at Texas, so I put a lot of laps in at the other league here. So for this race, I probably had 500 laps of seat time from the race before on Thursday. So when I came into this one, I was ready to rock.
Yeah, and you definitely got it done tonight. Mr. Khan, who do you want to give a shout out to?
Want to thank Lightning Wraps, Feg PC, VBR, Virtual to Reality, um, everybody who helped us. Butt Kicker. I mean, I think Butt Kicker's been on there with us for quite a long time, so thank them for that. And of course, you, man, you do a hell of a job every week, so I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Well, congratulations on your win tonight. we'll see you at Talladega. You know, you're not going to be able to pitch strategy away. You're on this one and tire manage. So, good luck.
Yeah, thanks. I'm just gonna send her.
Just send it. Go 3 wide. Anyway, you know what? I just was showing it on the broadcast as well. Is that last restart? You guys went 3 wide by 3 wide for like 2 rows for almost was it 2 full corners, and it was just absolutely insane just to show some of the talent that these guys are putting on at Lightning. So
Was it really? I have to look back at it. That's cool.
yeah, just go check it out, and you should just count your blessings that you weren't caught up into anything crazy.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, nice chatting with you again. I'm sure we'll see you again before the season's over and we crown a champion. And just make sure you keep doing your homework.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. That was our winner, Robert the Rattlesnake Khan. Been around Lightning Esports for many, many years, and you heard it. Butt Kickers on board. They've been on board with Lightning for I don't know how long, since its inception. And these guys have done a great job of managing their relationship with them to bring everything they can to the drivers of the league. So, as we crown a champion, they're walking away with prizes. P2 gets prizes. P3 gets prizes. They do draws for entries into the following season. So it makes a big difference when, you're able to give back and really just foster the community. So if you're looking for some top shelf racing, you saw it tonight. It was not riddled with cautions. You saw some great side by side racing, some great passing, some great strategy, and respect for one another once they're racing that hard on the track. So just giving her a little bit of a shakedown here as we wind our broadcast down for tonight. Robert Kahn, our winner again. Henry P2 and Warren's P3. Just, different strategies, different talent levels for all the drivers there. So, see the 21 machine burn it down for you guys, and then we're going to be signing off tonight from Speed Zone TV. I'm your host, Robert Warrens. We're going to be back next week as we duke it out at Talladega and just see a different style of racing, right? Like, Texas Motor Speedway, Intermediate Speedway. And it's just very different. Very, very different racing. So, just sheer talent there of this burn down from that 21 car. Shaking it down. So, we're going to be signing off from Speed Zone TV. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, tonight. Had some great action for you guys to tune in. If you're looking at the stream, make sure that you're throwing a like on it. You're sending it out to your friends, families, uncles, nieces, nephews, grandparents, maybe your grandchildren, your godparents, your godchildren, whatever the relationship may be. We're here to bring you the action, and these guys put on a heck of a show. So once again, shout out to Robert Kahn and that 21 machine, and the drivers in Lightning Esports for keeping it clean tonight. Only saw 2 cautions, and we'll be signing off. So once again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week as we duke it out at Super Speedway of Talladega. Have a good night, everyone.